Welcome back to the show, everybody. Banks representing $2 trillion offering crypto. And we got follow-up from the SEC denied on the Ripple case for the Hinman emails. Cough them up, baby. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen. Everything that we're talking about here today, $909 billion market cap for crypto. We're off by 1.8%. Good afternoon. It is July 13th, 2022. Bitcoin right now, 19,400 plus. It is off from this morning by 19,800 plus, I believe it was this morning. Right now, Ethereum sitting just over $1,000 and XRP is at 31 cents, ladies and gentlemen. What would this market look like if we had a level playing field? Now, we're going to talk about this in the next couple videos. We're going to tear open a little bit of this today, and I'm going to get you some real factual perspective, not just my own digital perspective here, but we're going to hear from Coinbase and what they think this market would look like if we really had real exposure of this market. Boy, you just wait. I've got it for you today, and I've got it for you in the next couple videos. Keep a lookout. Make sure you watch. Right now, Bitcoin 31 cents. XRP 31 cents, ranging between 30 and 32 cents. I bet a lot of you buy the hell out of Bitcoin if it was 31 cents, though, wouldn't you? I might even get a little bit of it, but I'll tell you what, after what I show you today, you may want to take a second thought on that. But before we do, let me show you this. Link 2 is representing everybody across everywhere. And with a lack of diversity among women in equity markets, a collaboration between Link 2 and Lisa Carmine Wang's Bad Bitch Empire demands change here. I want you to listen to this quick clip here. And Link 2 is offering some killer products right now. We'll get into it in just a second.
Investing is the most powerful generator of wealth, and women simply are not participating at the same rates as men. You know, we're less than 15% of venture capitalists and angel investors and 15% of crypto investors. And we've seen that a big part of it has to do with education and the way women are spoken to about investing, where 90% of money articles targeted at women are negative about saving or spending less. And it's the exact opposite for men, where 90% of those articles are about investing in opportunity and growth.
And you want to talk about investing, opportunity, and growth. I just pulled up the Link 2 site, and obviously you can look at these products they have. Link 2 itself, Ripple, Uphold, Bloomreach, BitPay, it goes on and on. And right now I discovered that Ripple is a minimum of $5,000 for an investment here if you're an accredited investor. Normally 10, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Same thing goes for Link 2 right now. And guess what? Same thing's going for Uphold right now. Don't mess around. If you're accredited, normally it's a $10,000 minimum investment. So do not play around. That won't last long. I can guarantee you that. Take a look at this. Talk about lasting long. I don't know how long this is going to last. We're talking about inflation reaching 9.1%. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, the highest the U.S. has seen in 40 years, ladies and gentlemen. That is disastrous for so many people and so many families. Look, whether you're a low-income family or whether you are on a fixed income, you don't get a cost of living raise. You don't get a price increase. You don't get somebody saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw a couple extra bucks in your check this week. If you're older and you're retired living on a fixed income, you are getting hammered because everything is 9.1% on the low end. And I know people that argue it's actually north of 12 to 14%. Everything you're buying is hit with that cost, but you're still getting the same. I tell you, I take no pleasure in talking about it, but we got to do what we can to be prepared. We can't be afraid to look at the good, and we can't be afraid to look at the bad. Right now, bankruptcy court judge gives green light to serve subpoenas to 3 Arrows founders for discovery. There is going to be a lot that comes out of that, and I will try to stay with the reporting on that as it unfolds. Right here, you need to know about this. The State Department's financial regulation regulation believes Celsius is deeply insolvent and lacks the assets and liquidity to honor its obligations to account holders and other creditors. Uh-oh. You know, this is the moment where you say to yourself, damn, you know, I might not be a fan of Gary Gensler, but regulation is needed in this market. Let me tell you what else is needed too. Insurance, because once you have regulation, you can have insured accounts. That's what's missing here. CEO Alex Mashinsky, where you been at, brother? Would love to hear you talk about how this is still all a great advantage for everybody to have their own banking and things of that nature after this little stunt you just pulled here. I mean, I tell you, this is horrible what's happened to people. But I tell you what I am excited about. It's Kava. I'm excited about Kava because they're growing at a nonstop breakneck pace, ladies and gentlemen. Kava 11 inches closer to its launch in August, and you really should follow and like Kava so you can see what's going on with the progress. I believe they are doing everything the right way. And during this time of, you know, uncertainty and a lack of clarity, they're working on trying to bring as much knowledge to people as they possibly can so you can make informed decisions about what you want to do with your assets and your money. No doubt about it. Give them a follow. Now this, you talk about a picture saying 1,000 words right here. Enough said is what this is. Shout out to PhDJ on this one. You can see what's going on here. And I'm about to show you some information here. This is Pompliano's pizza box campaign for Bitcoin versus Rosie Rios, the 43rd treasurer, who is also a Ripple board member, responsible for $1.5 or north of $1.5 trillion of money in circulation with her signature on it. And you talk about a picture saying 1,000 words. Well, I'm going to back it up for you. April 14, 2021, Coinbase said the entire crypto market could be destabilized if Bitcoin's anonymous creator is ever revealed or sells their $64 billion stake at that time, is what it was worth. But we know Homeland Security Special Agent reveals they know exactly who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Are crypto markets about to get wrecked on this evidence alone? Take a listen.
Interview this guy, and at the time we're like, hey, it's a figment of somebody's imagination, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. So, you know, we had all this pushback from our headquarters, and we thought, hey, if an agent wants to go talk to him and we have some money, why don't we send him? Let's find out how this works. So as it came to be, the agents flew out to California, and they realized that he wasn't alone in creating this. There were 3 other people, and they sat down and met with them and talked to them to find out how this actually works and what their reason for it was. We looked at Bitcoin was the most.
And there it is. So there's 4 people, and the Homeland Security knows exactly who they are. Coinbase said in April 14, 2021, Coinbase says the entire crypto market could be destabilized if Bitcoin's anonymous creator is ever revealed or sells their $64 billion stake. They felt so strongly about it, they even put it in the SEC Edgar filing. This talks about it right here. Crypto economy described in this section, our business may be adversely affected if markets for Bitcoin and Ethereum deteriorate or if their price declines, including as a result of the following factors. It goes on here to say, and it says the identification of Satoshi Nakamoto, the synonymous person or persons who develop Bitcoin, or the transfer of Satoshi's Bitcoins. Now, how in the world can Homeland Security know who these 4 people are? And SEC officials were at that conference, and the SEC claims that they don't know who it is. Gary Gensler says he doesn't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Jay Clayton said he didn't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Listen, you're either not telling the truth, or you are not good at your job, because it's your job to know these answers. And if that's the case, look, they're both horrible choices, so I'll let those gentlemen make the choice. But it's one or the other. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, Think about the amount of money that is in this asset alone and what could happen when we really push, because we should know exactly who's behind it. How do you know it's not China? How do you know it's not these poor guys working for some bad actor against the government here? How do you know that? We don't know that. Homeland Security obviously knows it. Why have they not shared it with everyone else? And how does Bitcoin get to be a commodity, understanding that there's 4 individuals behind it, according to the Homeland Security? And there's even deeper implications. Banks representing $2 trillion in assets now offering Bitcoin and crypto exposure to clients, according to Bitwise. It's right here. Look at this. The new interview with Real Vision, Bitwise asset manager Hunter Horsley breaks down the types of investors and trends that the firm is witnessing as Bitcoin plows through a fresh bear market phase. Well, I encourage you to know this. I am going to keep pushing to find out who these 4 people are, because we have every right to know. The SEC demands that there's supposed to be public disclosures on investments, and damn it, we should know who those people are. More recently, there's been a really fascinating development in just the last, I want to say, 9 months. There are 7 private banks and broker-dealers that have put up products on their platforms for their advisors and clients to be able to get access to the space. The platforms over the last 9 months, 12 months, it's been a recent ramping up and approving our products to get crypto exposure. They represent $2 trillion in assets and tens of thousands of advisors and millions of accounts. That we're talking about bringing in trillions of dollars into this exposure of this investment, and they're not letting you know who the hell the 4 people that created it are? Big tactical win today for Ripple, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't heard, the Judge Netburn accuses the SEC of hypocrisy and nails it to the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Stuart Alderati feeling it this morning. He says, thinking this morning about when first admitted to the bar, every lawyer has to swear an oath. To an oath. Not to a desired goal, nor to a client. You swear an oath to a faithful allegiance to the law and to your duties as an officer of the court. And that had to be triggered by this little comment inside of the ruling from the Judge Netburn destroying the SEC on the William emails and insisting that they be produced, all 68. SEC is adopting its litigation positions to further its desired goal, not out of faithful allegiance to the law. And I tell you, this made me feel today. I said, Stuart Alderati feeling a little nostalgic this morning. Although I'm not a lawyer, I find it extremely gratifying that this judge's ruling has revealed the intent of the SEC doesn't even align with the basic pledge of taking the bar. Legal analyst question I put forth here, understanding where we are in the SEC ruling now. The emails have been instructed to be produced by the SEC from Judge Netburn. Obviously, we will see an appeal. I'm sure they have 14 days. They will appeal to Judge Torres. And if Judge Torres upholds the appeal from Judge Netburn, then there's no reason why she shouldn't. Then the SEC will more than likely try to appeal to the Second Circuit Court. And hopefully Judge Torres shoots that down too. But all of those things, and according to John Deaton, we may even see the SEC ask for a 2-week extension on top of the 14 days they had to reply, because obviously they'll need the time. But the question I have here is if the SEC appeals to Judge Torres, I'm sure they will. Torres upholds and denies SEC appeal and a Second Circuit Court appeal. Can the SEC still work out a settlement with Ripple where they don't have to produce the Hinman emails? Bill Belisarius, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for responding. I do appreciate it. Who is a lawyer and been a tremendous amount of insight on this legal case here. He says they can settle on terms that end the legal proceedings. Then the orders don't need to be complied with. So the answer is yes. Jimmy Life, love his comment here. If you're not following him, you should. Hey, Bill, thanks. Assuming that what you said in your comment actually happens, can another project get sued by the SEC? Use Judge Netburn's decision to access those emails. Now, let's see if it's a great question. Yeah, I haven't seen him or anyone legal-wise answer that yet, but that is one worth noting here. And then let's talk about this very quickly. Do we find it mutually exclusive that these things are happening with the case and Jed McCaleb is almost empty on his taco stand wallet? 9 billion XRP, and he's now down to 9 million. Ripple Labs founder Jed McCaleb will have sold all his 9 billion XRP stash by this weekend. I don't find that to be mutually exclusive at all. And why would you sell all 9 billion as a co-founder, understanding what the true intention and use case of XRP is, even if you are the founder of Stellar? Maybe because it was an obligated sale. Not financial advice. This is just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.